Hey guys. Okay, so I have quite a few messages today to deliver. I'm going to see how many I can get done. I'm opening a new deck for you guys. Sorry for the noise. I just wanted to first make two different videos. One about the market that we did yesterday, and also one about all the craft last night in the sky. So it was crazy, but also amazing. Okay, so let's first talk about the market, okay? And then I'll pull this out, okay? So this one, as you saw, I was just opening it. Queen of the Sun Oracle. Just felt appropriate with all the sun and solar codes coming in, okay? I just thought it would be a fun one for us to do, okay? So, all right, the market. So just like last week, we got so many confirmations from angels as to why God has us going to the market, okay? My son, my oldest son, helped me all day, by the way. I'm so proud of him. 6 hours, you guys, for a little guy, of just answering questions, talking to people. Really, it is just an act of love, because it is like, it's not like everybody comes and buys something from the booth. You know, again, I said this last week, it's like, I'd like for it to be lucrative. That'd be great, okay? Because I am in business to help provide for my family. But I also feel like it's just this, it's kind of like one of those universal things, is what God is telling me, where we're pouring love into the community. The way it's going to come back to us is maybe completely different, right? 144, as I said that. There's your Christed, okay? It's like, I can't tell you how many beautiful little children we saw yesterday that came up and played the tuning bowls, you guys, with their big, beautiful, sparkly eyes, okay? And each little kid had a different little vision, okay? So we just took time and like let them feel the bowls. We played. I let them play the bowls. One little bitty, you guys, she's 4 years old, with those little bitty tiny hands and big brown eyes, and she's looking at me, and she puts her little hand out, and I put the bowl in her hand, and I helped her hold it, and we played, and I said, close your eyes, and she's like, okay, two, as I said this, and I said, what do you see? She's like, I see a princess. I'm like, of course you do, because she's definitely got the princess vibes, okay? And her sister, we did the same thing with her, and she saw a unicorn. And then we did a different bowl, and she saw a mermaid. And we did a different bowl, and she saw something else. And a little boy came, and we did the bowls with him, and he saw bright white light everywhere when he closed his eyes. These wide open plasma tribe rainbow crystalline children are incredible, including my own children, because the patience they have with the community can only come from an old soul, you guys. For them to sit out there in the market in the heat patiently, like, you know, it's almost like ministry, and they're just like happy to do it. Like my son would walk up to people and be like, you want to try this? Because I made a bunch of like tincture sprays for the market, one for grounding, one for breathing and headache and relief, and the other one for joy, okay? And he was just like spritzing people and just lifting them up, you know what I mean? And so many, you guys, the very first actual customer was a woman who lost her son. And she said she felt like her son said, you have to go there, go there. And he led her to my booth. And she saw an angel that I painted that had lime green coming through it. And one of the very first signs he gave her after he passed was a lime green feather that landed near her feet at his tomb. And there were so many confirmations. Of course, I'm going to channel spirit for her, right? Like, I can't turn her away. So all day long, I'm just like channeling angels. It's work, right? That's my work. But it's like worthy work. It's worthy to give it to the community, right? They deserve this healing, you guys. That's what I'm feeling, is the community deserves this healing. So I channeled messages from her son for her. Everything resonated. Everything was like what it needed to be. And he even showed me some things that she's supposed to be doing. And as soon as he said it, 44, as I said that, she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm already doing it. I'm like, well, there's your confirmation. So he sort of showed me how she's supposed to be using her abilities, because she's psychic, okay? And so that was amazing. I met a beautiful artist. I don't know if I have her things with me. I'm going to make a little post about her. She came over. We talked for a long, long time. Very gifted woman, very connected to the Fae, beautiful artwork. And she was feeling discouraged a little bit. She's like, she's like, do people buy your art? And I said, well, the people who buy my art are the people who are ready for it. Okay. My art is channeled from the angelic realms, and it's only going to resonate with someone who gets it, right? Like, who's like, oh, I see it, I feel it, right? And so I said, yes, people do buy my art, but it's the ones who are ready, So we had an hours long conversation. She's such a beautiful soul, really amazing artist. Her art is so pretty. I'm going to share some things that I took some pictures to show you guys. So I'd love for anybody who's interested to help support her, because guys, we need our creatives, okay? Let's not get so disconnected that we don't appreciate the artist in our community, whether they make music, whether they paint, mold clay, make just anything creative is so important for the community, okay? So I'm going to share her stuff on a different post, and you guys can check out her information. I think you can email her and things. Like, she does commissioned art just like I do, and makes all kinds. She refurbishes furniture. She makes all kinds of cute little things. So I was really proud of her. But so that conversation with her was amazing. And the woman who had lost her son, and just all of that, all the little children, you guys. And at the end of the day, and there was quite a few people that we spoke with and taught and showed things to, and all the things, you guys. I feel like when we do these things, God always gives me a confirmation of why he has me doing these things, because like I said last week, it's a lot of work, right? You're loading up all the stuff, setting up, you're there for 6 hours, and you got to reload it all back up. You know what I mean? So it's a labor of love, right? But he'll always show me why. And these people are why. Okay. These are the why. 722, as I said that's Mary Magdalene. Okay. Divine feminine is why. We need them. We need these people in the market. Okay. Making all their homemade recipes and doing the creative arts and showing children how it's done, showing children how to be themselves. Okay. All these little kids that come through there. I can't believe how many kids come through there. It's amazing. Every booth is something someone's doing by hand. Okay. Like, there's a whole thing that does organic, microgreens. There's a booth for microgreens. There's a booth for raw honey and vegetables. There's a booth with organic bread, already made, artisan bread, like wrapped up, ready to go. And it's like $5 a loaf. That's cheaper than this grocery store with no junk in it. I'm like, oh my God, the community needs this so bad, 808, as I said, that's creating abundance. Okay. So I really want to bring attention to the community. Okay. And so I said this last night on my live, you guys, if you're a healer of any kind, okay, if you're a spiritual practitioner, if you're, I'm seeing a doctor even. Okay. This is what I'm seeing, you guys. I'm okay. Spirit just showed me something. They said, even if you're a doctor, okay, and this was a very fast, big message. What would it hurt you to one day a week go there? Okay. Yeah, you're going to lose income from your practice for a day, but just go and speak about what you've learned about healing. Okay. It's like giving that knowledge back to the community. And they're saying that trying to go through all these nonprofits that supposedly like support the community, but then nobody ever gets any of it. That's not enough, you guys. We have to make sure that what we're doing is reaching the community. Okay. If you sat there in a booth for 6 hours and answer questions and just put a little banner up, Dr. So-and-so, specializing in whatever, okay, like, do you realize how much that could help the community? If you got into this to be a healer, yeah, then go all in, okay? Because the community doesn't know anything about healing. And I'm seeing that. Like, when I'm talking to them about their lymph nodes and the proper way to massage lymph nodes, eating holistically for your wellness, okay? How important it is to heal the mind, body, and soul together. They don't know about that. they need the healers, okay? So if you're a healer, if you're a spiritual practitioner, if you're a medium of any kind, like in between, someone working in the sacred in between, okay, whether you channel messages, you know, or, you know, just any kind of intuitive, 1010, as I said that, like an intuitive, okay? And any kind of creator, art, skincare, you know, soaps, tinctures, gardening, you know, all the things. Get into the community, you guys. Like, most of these markets, it's very, very inexpensive to participate. I'm going to tell you right now, it's way cheaper than all the thousands and thousands of dollars I've spent on advertising over the last 20 years, okay? And you're actually going to make a difference. People are going to learn from your wisdom, okay? So I'm just going to maybe pull a couple. I don't know what's going to come. This is a brand new deck. I opened it in front of you guys. But it's called Queen of the Sun Oracle. Oh my God. Mental health, you guys. Wow. Look how beautiful this is. This is a very beautiful deck. Look at that. Let me just see what it says, because y'all know it's new. Wow. Place emphasis on your own mental health. Establishing boundaries is part of protecting your mental and physical health. This may not be as you think. Take your time. Things may not be as you think. Take your time to observe the situation. Seek balance. I am safe and loved and will return to balance. I'll read more of this like later. Yeah. And the goddess that's mentioned here, I really don't know how to say her name. Bevi is the goddess of like spring, plants, prosperity, and also of good mental health. That really hits, because what did I tell you guys? Like, they don't know how to heal. And they're seeing, like, one woman told me yesterday she had no joy. And I was like, oh my God, I hugged her so many times. She had no joy. So I tuned her, we talked about it, I spritzed her with a little spritz for joy. And a lot of her situation was corporate work and being overworked, you know? But you see how God's like, take care of my people. Go to the community, teach them about mental health, teach them about just all the things, you guys. Like I said, any healer, I feel like God can use any modality to help someone heal. So whether it's medicine, whether it's holistic, whether it's spiritual, all of it's important, okay? Renewal. Look how beautiful, you guys. Look at this. Renewal. Everything's being reset, and I really feel that. And I definitely think all the craft that we saw last night and all the magic in the sky was directly related to what we did in the community. Because that particular market is very near my house. So that probably that entire region was frequency shifted. Does that make sense? From all those little kids seeing visions of unicorns and fairies and princesses and tuning and just connecting with nature. It was amazing. Oh, this is so pretty. She reminds me of Kuan Yin. But there's a Amaterasu. I've never heard of her. So you guys, bear with me. You can research these if you want to. 333, as I said that. Recovery. Recovery. These are beautiful. Sun Invictus. Soul Invictus. This is beautiful. Life. And y'all, the whole market, of course, is like the sun is beaming on us for 6 hours, but I love that. Beginnings. Aurora. Look. Aurora. She's been helping us so much. Number 13. The Aurora consciousness, you guys. Beautiful. That's those babies. That's all that unicorn magic rainbow people. Like, they're so beautiful. And all these little ones, that's them. They're the Auroras. All of them. All of them make up her. Yeah, I feel it. I feel like that is one of the primary reasons God has me doing this, the little children, the rainbow children. And I'm urging you, if you have something to offer the community, try, okay? Try. It'll be worth your time. I do have to like energetically recover the next day, 444, as I said that. And I've learned that, like, I'm helping so many people just boom, 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 right? Clearing their energy, talking to them, clearing the frequencies, clearing the stuff. The next day, my body's like, whoa, okay? So I usually don't work on Fridays. Anyway, like, I've stopped that a long time ago. Like, if it's a special client that really needs to get in, I'll do it, but normally I don't. But Fridays are like my just recover, recharge, connect with the sun, recovering. And I'm going to say to you to do that as well. If you decide to get involved with the market, you're going to be dealing with a lot of people, helping a lot of people, encouraging a lot of people. Make sure you recharge the next day. One of the things about being a healer is we have to self-care, okay? And God taught me that a long time ago when I started doing the Archangel sessions. He would say, only 3 a day, Miranda. That's it. 3 a day. I don't want you doing more than that. I'm like, okay. And it was because all this mess is getting cleared off these people, okay? Entities, for one thing, attachments, their own stuff that they've created themselves. So when you're dealing with that, you also have to recharge, okay? So, there is a kind of like a spiritual hygiene, if you want to call it that, where you go back and just reconnect with God, deep reconnection, recharging through Mother Earth and Father Sky, and just getting back into alignment and attunement. And this also makes us better practitioners, okay? Do you want me to pull one more? Okay. Do you want one from the other? Okay. Okay, this is the other new deck, you guys. This is focused on Isis, Goddess Isis, which is connected to Mother Mary. I've said this in many, many, many of my videos. Mother Mary taught me that because she is one of my primary guides. This is a beautiful little deck. Oh, I like it. Okay. If you ever want to know which ones I'm using, I'm happy to share it. I would love to give back to these oracles, these beautiful oracles, channeling the wisdom of God. I appreciate them. And they have really taught me that, to appreciate each other's wisdom, right? We all have things we're bringing to the table. This deck is really beautiful. Wow, look how pretty, you guys. So first I'm going to show you the art. Look how beautiful. Look at her. It says, stay true and be in your power. You are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are. Live your life as you so choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being, free to be you. That is beautiful. Yeah, and if we were going to tie that into the message of the market, that's what I think the market is about. It's all these people doing something they love. And in so doing, they help the community. Miracles of Isis. 1 second. Okay, Miracles of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing, no matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem. To imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Let go and let the goddess be. Beautiful. Look at them. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, we'll do one more. Then I gotta go. Mother of life. When life seems dry, depleted, filled with repetitive tasks, or simply stagnant and stifled, Isis, the mother of life, holds the ability to revive even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances in your life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave. Open your arms and receive. You guys, and see the divine feminine, okay? So that's the cross. This is why I say to you that the cross is a much more ancient symbol than what we know in the Bible, okay? It started really started in Atlantis, or before Atlantis perhaps, okay? Like in other star systems before Earth realm, okay? So, but this cross being a better example of the blending of the feminine and the masculine, okay? 1 second. Okay, so anyway, back to the masculine and the feminine, bringing the two together, okay? This is why I think the markets are so important, because it's bringing in the divine feminine, the creative, okay? And then showing up at the market, coming to the market, to me, embodies the masculine, right? Like taking action and just moving forward. So, and the feeling I'm getting from this, from from the goddess, okay, from the feminine creator being. Just think of like mother, father, God, okay, being a combined union, is that she's going to give back to us. And that's not the reason why we do it, but we know our mother and we know our father. And we know that when we give to the community, and I want to say something because she's talking about something. I have done so many sessions on people with past lives from Egypt, okay? So many. And even my own, okay? 2020, as I said this. Every time I've done this, and it was a person who was a leader of Egypt, okay? Anytime. Doesn't matter who it was, Cleopatra, any of them. You know what they always say? We take care of the people, we feed the people, we give them food, we give them shelter, every time. And that's a consistent message with people who don't even know each other, who come in, they'll have a connection to Egypt, and it will always be about how the community worked together. Even the building of the Sphinx. I did a session on someone who was one of the builders of the Sphinx, an ancient being that helped with it. And she knew in that life, she said it's very hard work. People had to move where they lived to make space for it. And they all willingly did it because they knew it was for the good of the people. This is what I'm hearing, okay? 111, as I said that. And 111 always makes me think of the scripture in Psalms. I think it's Psalms 91:11 that says, God has put his angels in charge of everything you do, okay? And I'm seeing the seraphim angelics. What do you want me to say? Yeah, they're just saying, yeah, ask the seraphim to help you with this thing about helping the community. What else? That's it. The seraphim are very, very, very fierce, okay? Powerful beings. And they will cut cords and make it clear for you so that you can get through. Also to make it profitable. So for people who are doing it because they need to survive, God knows that, okay? So just ask God, please help the people come to me that will value what I'm doing, right? And are willing to pay for it. So this is a mutually beneficial connection, okay? So if you are already going to markets or you're going to be going to markets, and you are doing this to help support your family, set that intention and ask her for the miracle, she's saying. So literally, if you put it in order, it says, let me get it back in order the way that it came. Stay true and be in your power, miracles of Isis, and mother of life, okay? So just follow that feeling is what I'm hearing. And have courage. I feel like that's why she's saying stay true to yourself. If you have an idea and you think it's going to work, try it. Okay? And don't be afraid. Just trust. Isn't this a beautiful deck, you guys? I feel like she's the deck I've been waiting for on the whole Egypt side, because I have a few Egyptian decks and I like them. But I like this one a lot. I can already feel it. She's telling me to do a little bit of the Hathor system. She says, don't be afraid. So there's some fear being cleared here. Fear of failure. You will not fail. She says the goddess does not fail. And she said, I reside within you. So she said, when you fear failing, it's like saying that you think that she's going to fail. And has Mother Earth ever failed us? Has Father Sky ever failed us? No. So they said, don't be afraid. I'm going to ask him a question because I got something else for you guys. I haven't used it yet. It's just a really cool little thing to help you with your chakra healing, okay, and opening the portals of the body. So, okay, I'm just going to ask them which, if they go to the market, if anybody that sees this message gets the idea to go. Now, listen, if you don't want to be a vendor, she's saying go and support the local markets, okay? So you could be the customer. This could be, whoever's watching this might be a customer of the market, and some may be the ones who are going to be the vendors. Either way, you're supporting community. 2424, as I said that, okay? So many messages in that numbers. That's the masculine and feminine coming together, okay? The whole team. 12 masculine, 12 feminine, she's saying. And then remember, the sacred 13 is like that fusion, okay, of the higher self. 444, as I said that. Okay. So when they go to the market and they support the market, what area would it primarily be helping at this time? Solar plexus. And I'm going to hold this really still so you can screenshot it. Look how beautiful these are. These tell you what the solar plexus is tied to, okay? Everything, the number, the meaning, the color, the element, the planet, the metal, the location, just all the things. What things to eat for the solar plexus, what aromatherapies for it, which crystals, which affirmations. So screenshot that if you want. I'm going to try to pull these at various times through different readings that I offer just to help everyone, okay? And then I'm going to flip it around. These are some of the healing practices, balanced and imbalanced versions of a solar plexus, and the yoga poses and mudras, hand positions to help it, okay? So the kind of ancient yogic practices. So you can screenshot that if it helps you, okay? But going to the market, you see how I said the sun was beaming down on us the whole day? It was powerful, you guys. I feel like it was so powerful. Oh, well, maybe I'll make another video about this. I had a dream too, but I think that dream was also connected to the market. But I'll make another one, so this one's not too long. So we'll talk about the dream and the craft. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.